Welcome to Light Talk with Jason and Jordan. I'm Jordan. To the right of me is Jason, and tonight we have a guest. His name is Anthony. Jason, would
I
you like
know.
to introduce Anthony?
Hey guys, yes. Thank you guys for joining us. This is my good friend Anthony Tate. I met him on the road. One day we were talking at our job, and I told him about my extraterrestrial experiences, and this guy lit up and told me about his dreams, and I knew that one day that I was going to start a podcast, and that I was going to bring him on for my to talk about his dreams. And dude, it's been pretty dope. But before that, I'm actually glad you wore before we start. I'm glad you wore the Egos jacket because I wanted to mess with you like a month ago when they lost twice in a row. But I'm glad that but they're now number one in the East, so I can't say anything. But I was like, oh, I don't know, they were slipping.
Hey man, everybody has bumps in the road, man. But I'm not worried at all, man. Defending Super Bowl champs, we're built for the playoffs. That's all we got to do is just
Yeah,
get to the playoffs. We'll be fine.
pretty good quarterback that used to be a Sooner too, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, Anthony, before we start talking about kind of your things about your dreams, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm born and raised in North Carolina. I of course work in healthcare just as you as a cardiac cath lab tech. Um, I have bounced around a little bit in my adult life. I found myself in the Midwest about 6 years ago here in St. Louis. I'm twice divorced. I'm a dad. Um, you know, I, I work out. I, you know, I don't really know what to say, man. I like sports. I like meeting people. I like
Yeah.
talking about people about their life experiences and gaining insight about them, whatever. Also, I'm not saying I'm a big conspiracy theorist, but I have my things about what's going on in the world and the universe. And like when I met you and just talking about those things, was like, oh, this is my kind of talk. Like I like to hear people's perspectives about things like this. And I've experienced things, as far as dreams and as far as like, just even as a kid and just, growing up through adolescence and my adult life, just trying to pay attention to them, understand what that means, and like why did that happen, and other various factors of like from dreams that have occurred that I've paid attention to, and I just want to share that and just wonder if you guys might have the same experience or can relate to that as well.
You know, there have been some times there where I had years where I didn't have dreams, and then lately they've been reoccurring. So I'm actually it's serendipitous that this conversation came up around this time.
Yeah.
Do you, when it comes to dreams, like what are the like right now off the top of your head, which dreams kind of stand out to you?
Um. So I had this dream recently. So sometimes I play like my girlfriend and I will play like ocean wave sounds or whatever, like to fall asleep or whatever. And I had this dream that was like on this cabin trip with a bunch of friends, but I could still hear like those waves playing. And I was trying to get to the cabin and I was just climbing through these rocks and cliffs and I kept slipping. And then every time I slipped, I fell into like this level of like people that I've known at some point in my life. And it was weird because uh one particular instance, like I was having this interaction with somebody and we were getting some things off our chest that we didn't really get a chance to like, I guess, mend defenses before like life took us in different directions. And it was weird because I woke up and I was like, man, why am I having that conversation with that person now? And that was like 5, 10 years ago. Also, I realized too, like from that dream, because I kept trying to climb up these rocks because I was slipping off of them. Because I think, me hearing the sounds of the ocean and the waves or whatever was making it seem like water was coming off of these rocks. And I was trying to climb up, and it just sounded like a creek was running the whole time. And while I'm trying to, get up or climb these rocks or whatever, and when I woke up from the dream, man, I just felt like really, really exhausted, like completely tired, drained. Um, and that's just like an instance there. But you know, a lot of times I feel like in my dreams when I'm very active when I'm doing something, one, I believe like my spirit, my consciousness like leaves my body and goes to some type of plane, bro. Like I really believe like that's what's happening. And then I think that my soul or spirit is like highly active in this dream. And then when I return back to myself, like that's why I feel like I'm exhausted because my spirit is or my energy, my life force has been exhausted from moving around or bouncing around or whatever it's doing. I know that sounds crazy, but I firmly believe that, man. Like that's I don't know else how to explain it. You know what I mean?
So, like you kind of mentioned a moment ago, like are there times where you have dreams, or you maybe forget it, and then you have like deja vu a lot?
Oh, bro, there are times where like I have dreams and I and the deja vu happens, but it's like I don't forget it. I just like, it takes a moment. I'm like, man, where did I see this? I'm like, oh, I dreamt this. And it's just weird because it's like, are we in some type of I don't know, man, like a time lapse or what like what happens there when that deja vu occurs? Because that's just weird to me that and it's not something like I'll dream something today and then 2 days later it happens. It's like, months and weeks, even a years to go by and I'll dream something and then like it happens. I'm like, man, I had a dream about this a long time ago. Like, and it just feels like I don't know. How do I want to say this? Like, I don't know. It feels like when I don't know, got lost in a time loop or something, or is like, am I reliving something again, or did something occur where like there was a blip and I'm like doing this over again? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But it's fascinating to me. And sometimes like it scares me and then I want to talk to people about it because I don't want to sound like I'm a crazy person. But yeah.
That's okay, man. No, it's you know, I often think about that too because I've been through. That was another question of mine, and you answered it. I have dreams where I felt like I've gone through different dimensions, and it's hard to kind of disseminate exactly what's going on there. You ever have dreams where like you're meeting things that aren't human?
Yeah. Um,
I know.
it's I had this dream like a couple of months ago where like I felt like we were just being under attack and it was just weird. Like these beings were just snatching people up and just taking them or whatever. And I couldn't really like make them out, but I just know like the spaces where they are, like their eyes were red. They were kind of like elongated, and but they moved like really fast, man. And it was weird. I can't. That one, man. That one stuck with me for a little bit because I was just like, especially, I think it came about because of that 3-1 Atlas thing that that they were following for a little bit, and it didn't
Yeah,
have a tail and all of that. I fell real deep into a rabbit hole about that because like that just didn't seem normal or whatever. And I just really believed like, oh, something's traveling here from another dimension, another galaxy or whatever, because the way that path that it was traveling. But I think just from reading about that and just getting into a deep dive, like I don't know if my consciousness or my subconsciousness just put me into a dream about these things. But man, I'll tell you, like on a dream, and I don't know about you guys, and I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot or dominate this conversation, but do you ever
this
you
is
ever
your
feel
conversation, bro.
like these dreams sometimes, man? Like I don't know how they look to you, but it looks real. Like they look like they're in HD. They look like how you look to me in person or whatever. It's not, and like it's crazy because I'll go through the dream, and at some point I'll recognize like, oh, I'm dreaming. Like this is not real. This is a dream. And I'm like, let's see where this goes or what happens and what can I do or what's going to occur next. And it's it's crazy, man. It's and that's why I always feel like when I fall asleep or whatever, like we're going somewhere. I feel like there's our our brains or something like our consciousness is connected to a different plane or different variants of whatever universe or I guess moments in time. I don't know, man. I don't really know how to explain, but that's I'm just real curious to that because we don't really use the full effect of our brain, right? Like we may use like what's they say like 15 to 18% of it. Like what's the rest of it for? What are we doing with it? Like where are we going? Why aren't we using it? Why can't we use it? Does, does it go into does it go into effect like when we go to sleep and like we're dreaming or wherever the hell we're going? Like
because it doesn't ever shut off. So it like creates this whole simulation or whatever kind of.
yeah, yeah. Are we in a simulation? Like what's happening? I mean, you know?
Yeah,
I want to throw out there
yeah.
real quick. I had experiences recently where I was shown past, present, or past, parallel, and future lives. Some of it came from dreams. And what was explained to me is, we're definitely multidimensional beings. Like this me is just one small piece of me, and I have way more me's out there, some in other bodies as well. And I was told that when we dream, and they also said that not everyone's ready for this, but we jump into other us's.
My guy, that's it right there. That
Right?
is it right. That's it right there, man. Because you wonder, like, time is, I mean, just like the space and time, all of that. Like, just wonder if there's another line that's of me that's doing something, and like that's how I connect with it when I fall asleep,
Yep.
right? Like multiple different me's on various like galaxies, planets, what planes, whatever. Like, that's what's happening. Like I'm just interconnected to different versions of myself throughout the universe.
Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. I
Because
loved everything you've said so
That's freaking
far.
dope.
Please keep going, man.
Yes.
no, I just I don't know. My thinking is like for your brain, man. Like all the like hundreds of thousands of neurons that are in your brain that are just firing off and connecting and all of that. Like if you really look at it, it's kind of like a galaxy, like a universe, right?
Yeah.
To like
Hmm.
little stars, and you know what I mean. Like that's just I really think yeah, I think that there are multiple versions or universes out there. I mean, you watch these movies and these shows and people say these things like you don't just wake up and think that, right? Like
Hmm.
there's a reason for that. And I think like that's a way to slowly introduce these things to us to see if we can handle it or not. There's going to be a lot of people that don't, right? I mean, there's a lot of people that just think, we as humans are the end all or be all of existence, which is crazy to me because, what do we spawn from primates or whatever? I mean, do
Yeah.
you, I
That's what we're
mean,
told, but I don't know, man.
you know what I mean? Like, do you believe that? Do you believe that? Like,
No.
I, I, I'm not here to like knock religion or what people believe in, but like, I mean, you just can't tell me like one day, like, boom, this happened, and then, oh, okay, I'm gonna make a man out of dust, and then take out of his rib and make a woman here or whatever. Like, what I just firmly believe, like maybe something from somewhere else is like, hey, let's throw these species over here to see what happens.
The way I
Yeah.
understand it is we were galactically seeded by many, many different races. So we're like a combination of many for this experiment, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, yeah, man. I think we're being watched over. Like, like you see all of these things on the news lately, and it's like they're slowly just trying to like normalize it for people, right? So it's not like a big shock.
Mhm.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, like I really wouldn't be scared either because like there's nothing you can do. Like they're going to come here and they want to destroy us. Like that's just what's going to happen because like ultimately, like if you look at the grand scheme of things as humans, like we're kind of some weak beings. Like we can't survive out here. Like you put us in water, done. Like land for so long, like if some animal that comes is 200, 300 pounds and highly aggressive, like what do? Done. You don't have any guns, done. Like, so if you really think about it, like there's I think it's gonna happen soon. Like there's going to be an unveiling, or we're just all going to see it at one time soon. And, those that can handle it will be able to, I don't know, be enlightened by the experience, you know, maybe be prepared to be taken to another level. That's what I think that will happen, is that those that can accept it will be able to move on, and those that can't will be left behind, right? That's my thinking. But I don't know. Maybe I smoke a lot of weed. I don't know.
Right there with you, man. But no, like,
It's your gateway. It's your gateway. So, like, remember I bringing this stuff up 2 years ago? I'll be honest with you. I didn't think that disclosure was going to move this quick. Like, I didn't think in the time that I met you and that what we see now in the news was going to happen. You
Yeah,
know what I
man.
mean? I just thought, like, man, I'm just putting myself out here because I think people need to know it's the real thing. But I know that I was going to get a lot of rocks thrown at me. So it's funny that you're mentioning this stuff. And then also the Three Eye Atlas thing earlier. I didn't think that was going to really sink in with people this quick.
Bro, listen, we know what like meteors and comets do. Like they're made up of gas and dust and rocks, and they have tails and form. This thing was just a light, and it was just like, if you looked, at the images and stuff. Remember that? Did you see that video that NASA had on their live feed, or something was moving and then came across the screen, and then they just took the feed off, and they were like, something's wrong with the feed. Like, anyways, bro, it looked like the ship. It looked like the Death Star or something. Like it was just floating in
Yeah,
space,
I
just
remember
moving,
that.
right? And like I was like, oh shit. I was just like, you know what? I know it. I know that if it takes, what, how many years does it take from how many years does it take to get from Earth to Mars? Like on the like one that little the rover. How long did it take to get there?
quite a while.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? And that's just the Mars, and that's the closest planet to us, right?
It's pretty interesting, man. I really enjoyed everything that came out about that. And I don't know that I totally trust NASA. However, at the same time, many people had many different ideas of what it was. And it was really interesting because what I found about that is Three Eye Atlas is whatever you believe it is. So it's many things and it depends on the person. So those that think that it's, some uh, negatively polarized ETs that were going to come take over the planet, that's what they experienced. Those that believed it was, uh, positively polarized ETs, that's what they experienced. And it was really interesting. So I had another aspect of myself that was coming to me and basically having conversations. And that's where I got this information from. And I asked them to kind of check it out and tell me what it was. And it took a couple days, but when they came back, they were like, it's everything. Took a while because it's many things. It really just
Yeah.
kind of blew my mind. So
Yeah.
it's what you believe it is, man. So
I I'm with you about the whole NASA thing, and like you don't really trust everything. It's just like, with the government, you can only believe so much, if nothing at all. Like they want they'll tell you what they want you to know, and ultimately it's up to you to find like your truth or whatever information you want about it, because like it's out there. You
mhm,
know, they'll call it tabloids or whatever, or like, oh, this is just some fake page. But sometimes you'd read that and there's some stuff in it, because like there might be people that are in that, like they're trying to put this information out. Like, hey, you guys might want to look into this. I don't know. I followed that really closely. Like I was, I didn't think it was going to come in direct contact with the planet, but I thought it was going to come close enough for us to maybe see or witness something, you know?
mhm.
And it just came and went. But I I totally just, it's, you can't tell me that there's not other things out there. Like that that what's that telescope, that new
James
telescope that they
Webb.
got, the James Webb,
Yep.
that thing can see like way further than we've ever been able to see before in the images, and to see other galaxies and other possible solar systems, whatever. Like, so you can see that and still think that we're the like still the end all be all of civilization is just crazy to me.
Yep.
It's crazy. It is so crazy to me that you can look at those images and think like, oh, it's just us. Uh, no, there's not. It's not. I don't think so.
So
I don't.
more interesting stuff on Three Eye Atlas. I was told from my other aspect one night, to go outside, watch the stars, and I was told that new stars were being born. And, I went outside, spent my time out there, didn't see anything really. But the next day, uh, a video was shown to me where through iAtlas, like a bunch of little versions of it came off, and that was the new stars being born, which really blew my mind. So even though I didn't see something, a video made it in front of me where I was able to see this. I don't know if you guys caught that at all,
No,
where
I haven't seen that.
yeah, people were saying like, miniature versions of it came off.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
yeah, and what I was told was kind of back on what you were saying earlier, where I mean, you were basically describing the ascension. Uh, with that, it's going to be old Earth and new Earth, and those stars were born to help populate old Earth and new Earth. It really it all just kind of blew my mind, man.
Right on. Yeah. Man, you have to. Yeah, you got to send me that. I want to see that.
I'll
I
find
want
it
to.
again.
Yeah, that video. Read on that. Yeah, I like that, man. What do you guys? What are your takes like when you see like for instance that thing what was that like last year or 2 years ago in in Nevada or whatever where that something like landed in the back of somebody's yard or whatever, and they saw like the beings or whatever in the trees or
Oh, I
whatever in their
remember
tractors.
that.
You remember that?
Yes, yes,
Remember how that like really had and then now like that shit is scrubbed off there. You can't really find it. You
right.
can barely find that. And that's why I'm like those. That's why I'm like there's something to that. I don't know. I don't know if also if these beings or whatever when they come in contact with Earth, or they're actual shapeshifters, or I mean, I kind of believe in that too because why not? If you got the technology and advancement to like travel thousands of light years and come here, why wouldn't you be able to like take the shape or form of a human or an animal or whatever, you know?
Right. I just want to
Crazy.
I just want to throw out there I have consciously seen a shapeshifter and it blew my freaking mind. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so that very, very, very real. I don't know,
Yeah.
if even the person that I met before it happened was their actual whatever, but it was interesting, man.
You want to, I mean, I'd like to hear this. Like how, like where or what?
Okay, so
Come on, you
basically,
can't just drop that
yeah,
bomb
yeah,
on me and not give me more, bro.
without getting too detailed, in
Yeah.
my spare time, I do this thing where I drive other people around.
Uh-huh.
And there was one pickup where it was very, very, very strange right from the start. So, I pull up and the person comes up and he was acting very odd, kind of like got down on the ground, looked under the car, kind of came over, was just acting super sketchy. I was thinking of canceling it at that point, but he went ahead and hopped in. It was only a few miles away, no biggie. Well, so we're driving down the road and he just kind of blurts out these weird things. Like at one point, he's like, "Are we even going to make it there, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. We're going to be fine." And I was just like, sitting there wondering, am I going to get robbed? What is going on here? And I could feel the energy. And, I'm one of those people that when I uh, kind of get nervous, I just shake. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
play it cool, driving my car. There's this person in the back and I don't know what's going on. So, it's so interesting. When he got into the car, he was an African American man, right? When partway through the trip, after that sketchiness, I look in the rearview mirror and he looks like an albino with curly hair. And I'm just like holding onto the steering wheel, like, what is even going on here?
What?
And at the end of the trip, he was like, "Man, thank you." And it was the person that I picked up, and I'm just like, "What is even going on here?" And back on the communication with my other aspect, I was told the contract was I wanted to meet a positively polarized shapeshifter. And so that was our contract with one another to have that
Yeah.
experience. So it kind of made sense why, it was weird in the beginning and then he thanked me. I don't know if he was conscious of what he was doing there, but I don't know, man. It blew my mind.
Bro, that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, it really
I don't
threw
know
me
how you
off.
didn't. I don't know how you didn't wreck like seeing it. I would have probably been staring at him the whole time. Like
Man, I was
what?
shaking before it started. That I was just like, you can't even throw me off at that point. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was interesting.
that's cool, man. That's cool. Jason, you have you had any experiences lately, man? I know you go out there and I know you do your thing out in the woods or whatever, and go like flash beams of light and stuff into the sky to see if you get any contact or whatever. How's that been going?
So at the moment that I can think of at the moment, it's been pretty empty, man. It's been pretty quiet. I want to
Uh,
say that the last time I might have been in town, um, when I was working with you guys, it might have been in town in St. Louis where I saw something in the backyard. I didn't tell too many people about that because it was so brief. And then the only time before that I can recall was actually at Jordan's house. Uh, but I haven't had too much time to do my own CE5 stuff. But man, since the start of the podcast and these other things, I'm running into people with ghost stories, Sasquatch stories, and so forth. And I'm glad that you mentioned that video earlier. Whatever creatures were in the woods, making sounds and shaking the trees, and you couldn't see them. I don't know if
yeah,
that was a video talking about earlier.
yeah.
Well, another experience it's hard to discern, but me and Jordan, what Jordan, you want to say about like 8 or 9 months ago, we went to Mena, Arkansas, to the like the equivalent of like Skinwalker Ranch, Arkansas. It's called
Okay,
Fort Camp Crystal Mine. But the night before we went there, we went to another woods just to kind of hang out, and we heard something huge in the woods. I heard something ginormous walking through, and at first I wasn't thinking about it too much, but as it got closer, his soon to be his wife, his fiance at the time, his wife, or did you guys get married right before that? I'm trying to remember.
We got married
Uh,
after.
yeah, and so she like she like Jet, and I'm like I'm going too because I don't know what this is, but I'm scared, dude. And Jordan didn't move an inch, and then
They
later
left me,
on we
man.
found and later on I found out that was like that was one kind of checking in on us. But that scared the hell out of me because the sheer physicality of this thing moving through the air, you could just feel it in your bones. I almost shit my pants right there.
You
But
yeah.
just kept hearing it
the
get
latest
closer and closer.
yeah, dude. If it would have grunt, I would have died right there, dude. If it would have made noise, I would have been stone cold. I would have fallen right there. I would have moved. I would just be stuck.
Hope you're
It
breaking
was,
up,
it was
buddy.
terrible. I was
Oh, there
terrified.
you go.
So since we're on the whole since we're on the whole dreams thing, I want to tell you guys about a dream I had about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
That kind of got me excited.
Let's
It
hear it, man.
reminded me slightly of the Joe. Have you heard the Joe Rogan dream where he's in a house and he's like meeting people that they're not quite people and they're not quite. I don't know if you heard about this about 2 weeks ago. I had a similar dream around the same time. Well, anyway, in the dream. I'm in this room, and the people standing around this room, I can't see their faces, but they're familiar. And in the middle of the room, on top of a table, is this short. It's weird because it's like a short person, but they're really fat. But it's not human per se. And they had humongous blue eyes, like staring in my soul. And
Yeah.
then the rest of his body, and I knew it wasn't necessarily human because as soon as it showed me his genitalia, there was like a lot of different folds and shit. And then yeah, so I'm like, am I? What the hell is going on in this dream? And then I woke up, and I think I only told like a few people after that, like, hey, or telling like I'm bringing somebody on for a dream, and I was sharing my dream, and they were like, yeah, bro, that's fucking weird. So I don't know if you guys had any dreams where in the room with creatures that you're not too sure exactly what they are.
I don't know if I can say that I have. I've had dreams of like things chasing me, or I don't even know if they're chasing me, or if I just picked it that they're chasing me versus maybe just trying to approach me, and then my just conscious is like, hey, let's get the hell out of here. But like I've never had like where I've been in like that situation where it's just like something's looking at me or trying to make a connection with me. All of my like even like that dream I told you about, like, where these crafts are coming in picking people up and stuff. It's been like in that sense, like I don't know if an attack or a collecting or like chasing, but like never in a sense of like standing face to face and acknowledging, you know. Maybe I should try like to see if I can like make myself do that.
Yeah, did you watch? Did you like the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? I'm trying to remember the mind movie, Inception.
Oh, and such, oh, bro, that's one of my favorite movies of all time, bro.
It's a
Dude, I
good
think you
one.
could be like an Inception agent, bro.
I don't know, man. I that movie, like when I watched, I remember when that movie just like ex did, and I don't want to say made me feel seen, but like it was like, you know what? I knew dreams like had you could do much more with dreams or interact with them more than just thinking like, oh, I'm just sleeping. This is just something that's not real. You know what I mean? So, uh, um, gentlemen, I'm gonna let you go right here. I just got in from work and I showered and everything. I need to eat, and I'm gonna hope I can get something in before, this little thing buzzes. You know how that works. I was
Sure.
already at, I was already at work 2 hours later than I wanted to be today. So
Yeah,
Oof.
kidding, bro. I know that our I don't talk about our work, but our work is tough. Our work
yeah,
is really
bro.
tough. You don't want to
I
do it.
know. I know. It's my last call night of the year, so like I'm happy. I just want to
Yeah,
get
bro.
through this and not have to worry about it till January.
Thank you.
But
Well, Anthony,
I
uh,
yeah,
go
I
ahead,
was gonna
brother.
say, man, I appreciate you brothers having me on, man. And like any other time you want to talk about something, man, or you got a topic or something that hops on in the world, and you guys want to have me on, man, I'd be more than happy to do it. This has been like really insightful, and it's just Jason, you know how you and I have always talked and had our things, you know what I mean? But Jordan, I appreciate you letting me share my words and my experiences, man. And you know, look forward to like hearing your podcast. And if you want to have me on again or talk about things, what's going on, I'm here for you.
Yeah, I'd love to take this
Love to
conversation
have you guys
further
on.
one of these days, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. We could definitely do that.
Cool.
I'm down for it. Sound good. All right. Well, you
Sounds
gentlemen
good.
have a good night.
You as well,
You
man.
too,
Thank you
brother.
very much. It was nice to meet you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, nice to meet
Nice
you
to
too,
meet you.
man.
You want to take us out,
Well,
buddy?
huh?
You
Yes.
want?
So, I didn't exactly have a chance, but I know he's going to see this after. Thank you, Anthony, for coming on. Thank you guys, viewers and listeners, for tuning in this evening. Um, really quick, if you guys are still interested in QHHC, SCHH sessions with Jordan, there's a link to it below in the description. If you're interested in helping us out and donating to the podcast, there's also a link in the description below. If you guys would like to join them, if you guys would like to come onto the podcast anytime, we have our emails also in the description below. Once again, I'd like to thank the listeners and followers for tuning in. Please like this video and or subscribe to our channel if you guys like to hear more from us. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night and God bless.